Test, test, mic check. Get lost vlogs. I can hear you. Yay, okay.
Can hear you. Yay! Oh my gosh. That took like 20 minutes then.
Alright, so what we're talking about today is romance scams. And connected specifically to K1 because since Yuri and I have a very close connection to many people all over the world trying to go through the K1 visa process, we hear a lot of crazy stories about people trying to come here on a K1 and then scamming their partner. So that's what we're going to focus this on. We would like to have somebody call in and tell their story, but while we're waiting for somebody, what we're going to do is go ahead and tell you a story that's a combination of stories that we have heard about. And it seems like something we really have to talk about because it's been happening a lot lately.
Yes.
And not just us is hearing about it, but also Purple Shadow. And it's just getting really ridiculous. So what we want to do is warn people out there that, look, make sure your relationship is real. Make absolutely certain that whatever you have going on is absolutely real. And I would highly recommend not only meeting the person, but living with them so that you can really see what this person's all about and give it time. Because there's so many people who are fake out there. Disclaimer. We're not talking about you, okay? So a lot of people take what we say extremely personal, and all we're trying to do is disseminate information. We're trying to give people information so that they can use that information and do with it what they will. We're not authorized consultants on immigrations, so just keep that in mind. What happens is people ask us questions about the K1 visa process, and we tell them what we did. We tell them what resources we used. We don't take payment for that. We do have a book out there. That book just details everything we did to get through the process successfully. That's a culmination of what we have learned in the process and what we have done to be successful. So just keep that in mind. All right, so let's tell them about the story. We're not gonna say anybody's names. I mean, a lot of this stuff we hear is we don't want to. We're not gonna give out any names. All right. So if it sounds like your story, it's not your story. We hear many different stories, and we want to get the information out there because it's ridiculous. We're hoping that this story that we tell and all the stories you're going to hear from other people who call in is going to give you some idea of what these guys do, so you can recognize a pattern, so you can make your own decision about what you're doing with your fiance or your spouse or whatever relationship you have going on, because there's a lot of crazy stuff going out there, guys. You have anything to add to this disclaimer?
That's about it. And anyway, romance scam happens all over the world. It's just a discussion that we need to share to our audience.
Yeah, and obviously this is for people who are serious. Like if you're a man that goes his own way, you know, if your goal is to be single and do your own thing and go from woman to woman, obviously we're not talking to you. Right? Obviously this is not for you. You're not going to get married. You're not trying to have a serious relationship. You know, so just keep that in mind. Okay, let's do it. This story, the names have been changed to protect the innocent. So this is about one of many guys that we've heard of, and we're just going to call him Jim Bob. Was it Billy Bob or Jim? Jim Bob. All right.
Okay,
who contacted us? Well, how many years ago was it?
It's almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years ago. Jim Bob called us, emailed us, and was asking us questions about the K1 visa process. and we told them about the K-1 visa process. We were like, well, here's what we did. You know, we're not authorized consultants, but here's what we did. Here's the forms. Here's the steps. Here's the outline of documentation. Here's the resources we use to be successful, and you can do it too. You know, and he thanked us, and we helped him. Actually, Purple Shadow helped him too, right?
Yes.
So, that's what we do, right? We just tell people what we did to get through the process. Now, what was the age gap? Let's give them an idea of a pattern. What was the age gap, would you say? Roughly, don't give the exact age gap. Just give a rough estimate, because we don't want to.
30 to 50
years apart?
Yes.
Approximately 30 to 50 years apart. In age. Where
you just told me not to say approximately.
Approximately. It's a large age gap.
Just imagine it. It's gonna be 30 to 50 years age gap.
Right. Where the Filipina is very young, and the gentleman is an older gentleman, right?
Way older.
Right. So this gentleman, good guy, definitely loved the woman, took care of her, sent money, helped her out, probably helped her family out, all kinds of stuff, right? Typical story. And just trying to connect, because there's actually a lot of successful stories. Yuri, your friend, right, has a 30-year gap. They're now
not 30, 23.
23-year gap, and they're living in what country?
Europe.
Living in Europe. They've been married for how long?
When was it?
7 years.
Almost, yeah.
Right?
Almost 10
They have
years.
how many kids? 3? They have one kid?
They have one kid, yeah.
They have one kid. Very happily married. We talk to them all the time. I've actually met them a couple times. So for all these people who are naysayers are saying, oh, it's not going to work, you're a walking ATM, blah, blah, blah. Not true. Sometimes it does work out, right? It does work out. We actually know people with that age gap or bigger where it does work. What we're trying to say is you got to be cautious, guys, because some of them are just out for that money or that green card. And that's real. That's real talk. Okay, anyway, continuing on with the story.
Anyway, let's go back to Jim. So Jim,
we helped him out. That's what we were.
Helped him out.
Right.
We were in contact with him, helping him with K-1 visa.
Uh-huh.
And so later, almost 2 years later, we received an email from him saying that they broke up. So what happened is, after a year, just months of relationship, they decided to do a K-1 visa. Then, after a year, the guy changed his mind and decided to just retire to the Philippines. Then, so that's when it all changed there. The lady sounded legit during the first year while they were doing.
Did you have any doubts at all about her?
We were not sure if what's the deal with her, because it's kind of, a young girl in her 20s.
Young, like mature-wise or maturity-wise?
Like a young 20, 21.
That's pretty young.
Will not fall in love with someone who's already
Is that
old.
your opinion?
No, that's what women says. Because my ex-friend, who happens to be with an old man too, from the past, who hooked up with an old gentleman.
Yuri. Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, guys, so naturally, young women will not fall in love just for the sake of falling in love with an older man. It's not natural. There's gotta be money involved in it. Not in all cases, but it depends. It depends on the situation too. But Anyway, it also depends on the
Is that why you're okay?
intention of the person.
It does. Now, is that why your friend got married to that guy? Money?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, so back to the story. The point is, you gotta be with someone who's legit and make sure that you are not the ticket for their US ambition and dream. And so it all changed when Jim decided to not do the K1 visa and retire in the Philippines. So fast forward, after almost 2 years, he sent money, a huge chunk, for an apartment in the Philippines, and the woman disappeared with the money.
What would you say for advice? Like, what could he have done differently? It sounds to me like a guy should not mess with a younger Filipina. That's what it sounds like to me. I mean, I'm just gonna be completely honest. You guys get mad or whatever, but my thing is you shouldn't mess with them. Not for serious. Not for being serious. What would you say? It's too risky.
I would say it just seems like everything was a rush, and also it seems like, yeah, you have to know, you have to really look at the intention of whom you are marrying. I mean, even with normal, same age couples, because, what's their intention of going to the United States? Like, there's gotta be a goal behind it, right? Because they won't leave. It's not just for the Philippines, but even other countries. They won't leave without some kind of goal or intention.
Sad. Really sad.
And yeah, that was shocking because we did not think that it was fraud. That it was, it's gonna become a romance scam.
2 years.
What's your reaction to that?
It's pretty brutal. I honestly think that like you should really reconsider if you're with a younger lady. Unfortunately, that's what they're looking for, is just money. I mean, obviously, I think a lot of them, it's not just money, it's stability, because we know a lot that have money, like they're with an older dude that has money, but the guy treats them like crap, and they're not happy, right? So stability overall is what's most important.
And also, guys, it's not all, because to give you an example, like my friend and me, my husband's older than me, but not that old. My friend, their age gap is 23 years, but when she got married, she was already in her late 20s, or she turned 30 or something. And then if you look at the story of marrying a Filipina, what's the good age gap that we did from the past? There was another lady that we met. She's a good woman. She was also young. She's with somebody that was almost 40 years gap, right?
Yeah.
But the guy was still fit and, right? Still look good for his age. So it's kind of like, it just depends, really.
Yeah, I would just say be extra. If your lady is like has a huge age gap, man, just be careful. There's more to that story. I mean, the woman actually had another guy on the side and was pregnant. Boom.
Now you're giving too much.
Nope. You know what? They need to know
Maybe.
it, because here's the thing. This is what they do. You know, so be wary. Like, some of these younger ladies, they're not. Whoa.
Thank you, Markel.
Thanks,
We
Markel.
appreciate it.
And we've got like a double song going right now.
Why is there double?
I don't know, because I messed it up.
Anyway, Markel, we actually made a channel analysis about your channel 3 weeks ago. That's what I was asking, if we had your email so that we can send you that specific video, because you have such an expertise in VA.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know, Markel TV just popped up, and this guy has a great video, especially if you're a vet. You want to check him out. And he talks about vet issues. He talks about, he's an expat. He's currently in Colombia. Great series, by the way.
Gosh,
great series.
amazing.
We're hanging on every word he says, because we really want to go there.
And
so
I love
check
Markel. Like,
check him
very. It's just
very,
you know.
lots of knowledge. Very wise. Check out
Yeah.
Markel TV. I don't even know what kind of money that is. Colombian? It must be Colombian. Mike T. Man, thank you for that.
Where's the dancing thingy, baby?
It's behind this thing right here.
Oh no!
Mike,
Thank you,
you, Mike.
Mike
Appreciate you.
T-Man.
so what we want to do is we just want to warn guys out there, like, especially if you have a younger lady, and you are trying to vet this lady, and you're like really falling for her, just what I would highly suggest all of you do is go there and live with her. Like, live with her, not in a hotel, but like live with her in like a condo for a while, if you have the capability of doing that, because that's the greatest way to evaluate whether or not this person is real. Right?
You remember, guys, when we used to make videos about condo? That was the reason why. Like, I really feel like, you can rush, especially, many of our audience are with Filipinas. You can just rush, retire, get married, build a home for this Filipina, and then you get kicked out since you can't own that house. You get kicked out by your own partner.
Yeah, look, take your time, all right? Take your time and then actually live with the person. And I'm not saying giving them the third degree or anything and constantly, play good cop, bad cop or something. Man, take your time. Be suspicious. Like, give it time. Like, remember, this is a young lady. She has lots of options, especially if she's fine. Just be real. Like, if you go there and you live with her, you have a lot to offer her. Right? You have a lot to offer her, not just money, but stability, maturity. If that's what she's looking for, then that's great. But thanks for that.
Instigator said, why can't I see the chat?
The chat's right on the screen. I'm not sure why you can't see the chat. It should have a drop down. Yeah, I'm not sure why you can't see the chat, Instigator. But can you guys see the chat?
Yeah.
The super chat?
Can you guys see it?
Did we have the chat on the screen, and it should be beneath?
Yeah, with Jim's case, we were speechless with what happened to him, because we were, contacting him back and forth for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And we really thought it was legit. I mean, we knew that. What, baby?
I mean, I'm just thinking to myself, what could Jim have done different? Like, how could he have vetted this lady to make sure this didn't happen to him, so that we can tell other people, so we can give other people a pattern of what to look for, and what to do to vet whatever lady that they're with right now, or whatever person that they're considering.
Bottom line really is, for older men, if you can still, and let's just get to the bottom of this. If you can still give good sex to your partner even when you're older, then that's legit. That will become a legit relationship. But if you can't provide that for your partner anymore, or you can kind of tell, right, if what's your capability in that aspect, and that should determine if what's the age of the lady that you should be with, depending, right?
There's a lot of things. I would say it's more than that's part of it. Like if you can provide way more than what somebody else can provide, you know what I mean? Like sex is one part of it, but like if you're coming to the table with way more than any other person is going to be able to give to her, right? You got to be at the top of her list, right? You're an asset. Like if she loses you, she loses a lot. But there's different key things to look out for, and I would say number one, especially with long distance relationships, does this person video chat with you on a regular basis? If they're not video chatting with you, it's a scam. Assume it's a scam. Number two, I would say it's imperative that you live with the person. Go to their home country, whatever country that is, and actually live with them for a certain period of time so you can see what this person's all about. Because it's a whole different experience having a long distance relationship and living with that person. Because it might be that she's real, but you guys aren't compatible.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, and also communication, because if there are things that your partner does not, agree, or if you're prohibiting your partner on things that they want to do in day-to-day basis, then that, it piles up and it becomes a problem when you don't talk about it.
Yeah, communication is huge. One of the things that I liked about Yuri that stood out was that the communication was very open. You can see how open and honest she is. I like that. And the reason why is because most people can't be honest with themselves. And to me, like if a person can't, man or woman, if they can't be honest with themselves, then how can they be honest with you if they can't be honest with themselves? You know what I mean? If you can't have those deeper conversations with this person, you should ask yourself, how deep is this relationship going to go? We're just trying to be real with you guys. I know we're going to piss some people off, guys. We're not trying to be, please don't take this personal. Take this as information that you can use to make your relationship better or to find a real person. That should be your goal. And the reason why we're so passionate about this is because I've been scammed. More than once, guys. I've been scammed. So I'm telling you, based on my experience, and then also based off of all the people, men and women, who have contacted us and said, this is what happened to me. We feel super bad for them. Both the men and the women. A lot of the women get scammed from dudes from Nigeria. Right now, we have a video about it, and Nigerians get mad at us about it. But it's like, we're not saying all Nigerians do that. We're just saying it's happening a lot, especially with the guys scamming American women. So people are mad at us about that. We have a video about Filipinas scamming dudes because we know mostly guys who are dating Filipinas. So of course we hear the bad stories, right? We hear the good stories, but we also hear the bad stories. We just happen to be warning you about the bad stories so that you can take that home. You can apply it to your own life and be like, okay, is this happening to me? The last thing we're trying to do is destroy relationships. That is the last thing we're trying to do. We're trying to make it so that we're on your guys' side. So that you guys can take this information from us and from other people who are talking about this on the chat and say, man, this happened to me. Here's what you guys should look out for. Be careful. Be careful out there. There's definitely real relationships, okay? And Yuri and I are a perfect example of that. We've been married for four years now. We're doing really good. We have a 15-year gap. Are there issues? Yes, there's issues. We have to. There's things that we have to get through, right? There's things that luckily we have good communication, so we talk to each other about those issues. It's not perfect. You know what I mean? Here's the thing. We lived together for 30 days. And that was a huge awakening for me, right?
Yeah.
Both of us
together like twice for a straight 1 month.
Right.
Without going on fancy places.
Right. We lived in the Philippines and not in a fancy place for 1 month. Like
in
I had
my studio apartment.
And we know here, people here that we've met personally who are 15 or more gap, who are doing great. Have kids, have a baby on the way, are very happy, are not have no side hustles going on or anything like that. They're doing good. So it can work. It's just you got to avoid these fake. And the thing is, if you're just going and dating younger ladies for fun, man, have fun. I'm definitely not hating on you for that. I don't judge for that at all. But if you're looking for something real, it's much harder to do. And so you guys are who we're talking to, because we really feel you. Because that's where we're at, trying to be serious, talking to people who are trying to be serious. Take your time, live with the person. Anything else you want to add to that?
Evaluate your partner, and same for women. They have to evaluate, their partners. But yeah, since many of our audience are men, then yes, you have to evaluate your partner. Take your time and give, because you can't be selfish too as a partner, and expect your partner to give a lot of themselves, but you have to give in return in order for it to feel genuine as a relationship. Okay, let's read the comments.
Okay, let's start from the bottom and go up to the top, or do you want to start back up here? Well, let's start with this one so we don't miss it. Markel TV says, my plan is at the end of the month is to move with her into an apartment to try the one-woman relationship. Man, congrats. And
good luck, Markel.
And take your time and just take it easy. Live with her, figure out what's going on. See where her mind is at. See what her vision is. You know what I mean? Because that's super important. Is that not one of the most important things to establish? Is to have the same vision. To know what the person's intentions are. You know what I mean?
Not just vision. What do you mean by vision? In what way?
But because we both were going the same direction. We had a similar want and a similar intention going into the relationship. We both wanted to do something bigger with our lives.
Yeah, but before that, when we were still talking online, you told me you wanted a partner like this.
Yes, I was very clear about that.
Yeah, and same for me. And in the middle, we were like, we thinking, adjusted. Are we gonna accept each other's conditions?
In the beginning, we wanted different things. That was before we broke up, right?
Even after.
You wanted to go this way. I wanted to go this way. So we were still, but we hadn't met yet. But even after we met, it was still some development that had to happen.
Because you had to think and evaluate if you're willing to accept your partner.
I mean, I think Julianne Argon said it best. She said, or he
similar
said,
mindset.
Similar mindset. Yes.
Yes.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. We definitely have a similar mindset.
And Facebook, we didn't have Facebook when we started. Facebook is so invasive.
Facebook is a disaster. I would highly recommend that if you are starting a new relationship, make a separate Facebook page that only you two know about. Right?
And
don't connect it to your contacts
or family
or your family, because you want to have time to evaluate this person for yourself. You don't want your family and friends
knowing
putting their inputs into something they don't even know anything about. I don't know what your intentions are. They don't know what her intentions are. So what we did was we made a separate Facebook page that only we knew about, so we could communicate with one another. Then slowly I introduced her to the people that I know on Facebook, and she did the same. Like, this is my sister, this is my brother, this is, and
well,
I said, this
even
is my
until
sister, this
now,
is my mom, this is.
We separated it.
Yeah, it actually worked out to where it's more privacy for us to keep building what we have, right?
Yeah, because Facebook connects you to people that you don't want to be connected.
Such as exes.
Yes. And that's a problem.
That's a huge problem.
Like, you don't want exes interrupting your new relationship.
Nope. Or at the very least, go through your Facebook and delete all those people. Let me see. We're looking through questions here.
They gave my fiance 22G221G. We are going to submit the information they requested.
Yeah, do that as soon as possible.
Yes.
You're lucky because they're starting to talk about not doing 221G.
They actually already started denying people who didn't have a thorough information in their K1 visa. So guys, make sure if you're about to file a K1 visa, it's either you hire
an authorized consultant, authorized lawyer, immigration lawyer, or be very thorough.
Or if you're doing it yourself, make sure that you have everything before you submit it to USCIS, because you don't want them to automatically deny your application.
Yeah, maybe. I wonder if it's 221Gs now instead of RFEs. Maybe that's what they're doing.
221G is RFE.
Jose also goes on to say, but we're afraid they might still deny for any crap excuse. Just, Jose, anything, if they're telling you what more information they need,
means
that's good. That's good news.
That's a good sign.
So just go ahead and submit it as soon as possible.
I'm so confused about my girl. Why? What's wrong, Tommy? Many desperate American men are gullible. What's a gullible?
Easy to make, easy to trick.
Making them
believe anything.
Yes, exactly.
You're believing this guy? I mean, you're agreeing with this guy? Yeah. Look, don't be gullible, guys. Don't.
What's gullible again?
That's not a. I mean, this guy. Okay, look. Here's what he said. Not gonna sugarcoat it. Many desperate American men are gullible, making them an easy mark. Look, this is true. That's not, that's not the politically correct way to say it, but it's the truth. You know why? Because a lot of us are looking for real love, right? And that's why. But you gotta protect your heart, man. You gotta think you gotta think logically about it.
I know.
Don't lead with your heart. Lead with logic. Think logically. I'm not saying don't help your girlfriend out, right? That's not what I'm saying. Well, I'm saying evaluate your relationship fully and thoroughly to make sure you're not being scammed. That's what I'm saying.
And also, it's just what makes American men an easy target is because part of the culture is doing charity. That's part of the culture here
it's
help.
Nothing for us to give $30-$40.
Yeah,
right? That's
it's
easy.
part of the culture to help and care about humanity. So when you see somebody who's struggling in another country, happens to be a beautiful, petite, brown, long-haired woman, then you're like, oh,
yeah,
I feel bad for her.
Definitely gonna help this lady.
Send her some $100. That's like 2 times eating out.
But what we're saying is, evaluate this person who you're giving anything to. Your time, not just money. Your time, your energy, your emotions, way more important. Just give it time to develop to a real relationship. Don't be gullible. Don't be desperate. I know how you feel, but you got to think logically. Take your time. Instigator says, Please tell me, why does it take 6 weeks for my NOA to go to the NVC? Wow, that's BS, man.
That is taking
I'd be
a long
calling
time.
them. Yeah, I'd be calling them.
Yeah, please call them, instigator. You gotta be aggressive.
Yeah, call NVC and get information.
Get that case number.
If you have an NOA 2, you already have you can already look it up online with the number. They give you a case number on there to go online to look where your package is. But if you can't find it there, just call them directly. BK says, my ex was jealous and a money eater. I kicked her out. Good for you. Daniel.
Congrats,
says,
BK.
I have encountered most scammers are from Russia, Ukraine, and Philippines. Is that the norm?
Is that the norm?
I think what's happening, Daniel, is that most of the K1 are coming from those countries. Yeah, so it's just a higher volume coming from there. That's the reason why. And in the case of the Philippines, there's just a real struggle there. I don't know if you've ever been there before, but it's a real struggle. You know, it's people are hustling. They're trying to do whatever it takes to survive. So that's the situation. So it's when I went there, I understood why there's so many there.
Yeah, it's hard to not think about scamming in there, because I used to work at the cafe, and that's, you see, I see all kinds of people going in and out, chatting online or scamming men overseas and foreigners.
Right. It's like a whole business there. It's like an entire infrastructure. It's crazy, man.
Because it's hard if you're struggling. What's your way out? You gotta find a way out.
Julian says, the age gap between me and my woman I'm interested in is 16 years.
That's okay.
Still give it time. Still give it, make sure you evaluate, because what we found is like a lot of these ladies have a side piece that's a local dude. So, I'm just telling you the truth, y'all. I mean, don't get mad at us for telling you guys to deliver the message. Don't shoot the messenger. This is just really what's happening, okay? Be careful. Be careful with your heart, because somebody else is not going to be.
Just meet in person, because you can actually feel if...
Meet in person and live with them and evaluate what's really going on. Real talk.
Don't just fall in love with the face of the person.
Oh, man. That's not going to do nothing for you. Their looks aren't going to do nothing for you. But trick you. Daniel says, most of mine usually end up, I'm poor and can't afford blah blah blah, so then I'm out. Yeah, be careful, especially when you just meet them and then they tell you a sob story. You're not on the dating sites for charity. If you go to the Red Cross, give money to the Red Cross. You're not there for charity, right?
Yes.
You're not on dating sites for charity.
And if someone's that poor, then why are they chatting online? They should have been working.
Right. So the internet costs money to use. Like if it's in their house, that means they have a computer, they have electricity, they have to pay the electric bill, they have to pay for the internet. If they're in a cafe, because they can't afford all that stuff, guess what? They have to pay a tab to use the internet. So they have money, obviously, because they're on the internet begging for money. Ridiculous. Pierre Charles says, I found out mine was saying I love you to another man, and they had planned on meeting this month. Yep. We hear that story a lot, man.
Tell her to walk the plank.
Tell her to walk the plank.
What's a plank?
What pirates used to use to make you die by walking.
I sent $20 to my boo. Latest seem to be a hot spot these days. Test it first, because lady is like a passage, a typhoon. It gets hit by typhoon, guys. I'm not even exaggerating. That's one of the
hit hard.
The least place that you should choose to live, to retire. But anyway, just test it out first. Pierre
says the whole family is in on it.
Yeah.
It's sad, but that happens. We know of real, actual stories where the family was in on it. Crazy, right?
She played him. Yeah.
Yeah.
No
doubt.
offense to them, but
To who? No offense to who?
but I'm just saying, especially if the family of the woman is poor, like struggling, extremely poor, then that means, she has to help her entire family.
Amoris Del Caribe says, when I was looking, I got scammed one time, but it wasn't a big deal. It only lasted 2 weeks. I realized that something was weird real fast. Amoris Del Caribe, if you guys didn't know,
has a YouTube channel. Check him out.
He is an American guy who has a fiance from Dominican Republic. He's doing it. Him and his girl are actually making videos. Check him out, especially if you're interested in women from the Dominican Republic.
Dummies. Anyway, Markel's TV 2 has a channel. Check him out. It's all about living.
Go ahead, sorry.
In an affordable country. He's been to Dominican Republic, and right now he's in Colombia.
Yeah, great series.
Anyway.
So seriously, you want to check that one out.
Tommy said, doesn't all women want and deserve stability? Yes, don't get me wrong, guys. I do love money too, and it's one of important factors in life for us to live. And stability, emotional stability is very important because, for me, coming from a family that had so much drama, like I wanted a peaceful life on top of all of that.
I mean, and the thing is, stability is important to women, but it's also important to us guys. I mean, are we not looking for a stable woman, right? I mean, are we not looking for stable relationships, stable love, stable sex? Like, all that stuff's important. Yeah. It's important on both sides, So, I mean, we're just trying to keep it real here. Let's see. Okay, let me see.
How do these dummies know they are not sending money to a
boiler room operation? I think he's trying to. It's what he's saying is kind of one dimensional. Like, there's more to it than that in many cases.
You gotta meet in person, guys. Like,
bottom line is meet in person, and even then, there's no guarantee that it's real. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, you have to listen to.
Meet them in person.
The person's intention.
Live with them, and that's how you can figure out their intentions, what they're trying to do, what their mindset is, as Julian said.
One of the best example is foreigner in the Philippines, his wife. Look at them, their lifestyle. I mean, I actually kind of like wonder why they stayed in the same poor area when they could have lived in a better home. But it's not like all of the relationships are gonna be fake or about money or her being with an old guy because it's just money. That's what I'm saying.
Because he's much older. Obviously,
yes.
They're living just like
they're living a simple life.
Yeah. And so, can you say that's about money? I mean,
they're super happy. Legit.
Yeah, they're super legit. Like, we know many huge gaps that worked. So, we're not sitting here suggesting that it can't work because there's a huge age gap. It can, because we know people personally who have been together many years and have kids, right?
Yes. So, or that the woman is with a foreigner because they just want the stability, the money, or
money is not the only factor
of life. Cause
right. Let's see. Get Lost Vlog says Bruce is right. It's very real. I've had people with kids and boyfriends on the side. Wow, boyfriends on the side trying to ask for money and trying to claim that they want love, and Yep, we've heard it all. Not shocked at all.
ATEC, sometimes you never really know what relationship will work out. I personally think it's risk.
Like the
like
one video,
one
Bruce.
of Bruce video. Exactly.
Yes, absolutely.
Like,
It's
you just
a risk.
gotta keep trying.
And manage your risk appropriately.
I like them younger. Lol.
I like them younger.
Good
I
luck,
bet you
Michael.
do.
As long as you can keep up. Michael Stevie.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Great advice. I really like the one I'm currently with. So let's see where this goes. Good luck, Michael.
Yep. Just
Yeah, I
take
was
it easy.
wondering about that. I'm like, what could be the status of Markel now? And I was
That was quick, Markel. Those Colombians must be fine.
Yes.
Let's see. Mr. Mike T. Man says nothing wrong with asking questions.
And as often.
and
Yeah.
ask often.
Yeah, I agree. I friended her. Oh, yeah, that we already answered that.
Okay.
Love is love, but sex isn't all about a relationship.
Think about it. This is a young lady. Like, the younger lady is going to have higher needs.
Crave, yes.
I mean, just be real.
Crave for desserts.
Let's keep
every
it
night.
real. Like, a younger lady's going to want more from you in performance. You know what I'm saying? Like, a younger lady is not... They're just starting.
Yes, guys.
Anyway, Alex says, why can't I see you guys here? We're doing a
But can't see.
no video.
Oh, yeah, we didn't put our face because
we actually wanted to call in.
We're experimenting. My plan at the end of the month is to move in with her into an apartment.
Read that one.
Okay. Wow.
This one. Here's where we are.
To have a similar set of values
Yes.
is important. Yes.
Yes, so important.
Similar
so important.
set of values. Yeah. I agree with that because me and my husband were pretty opposite on many things. But our life experience and, values we share.
Our mindset is very similar, but we're very different people, with what we're very different, but our mindset is very similar. It's kind of weird. Dan, the driving man, says,
"Hi, Dan. How are you?"
It's been well over 1 year now. Me and my fiance. Now, since meeting online, we share common faith, and I talk to her parents, and now they approve. Her father is a police officer.
Congrats,
congrats, but make sure you go there and meet her in person, and definitely, if you can, if it fits within your religion, live with her for some time to figure out what's going on.
It would be nice to have multiple Facebook accounts for different.
Yeah, that's one thing I'll say. You got to watch out. One of the things you can do to figure out if this person's real is to see if they have multiple Facebook accounts already.
I've had multiple Facebook accounts from the
past. So what you can do is look at what's on those Facebook. I've got multiple.
Like if they're active.
Well, no. Okay, here's the thing. I have multiple Facebook accounts. One's for business, one's for another site, and one's personal. One's for, I have multiple Facebooks. What am I doing on those Facebook accounts? Right?
It depends, yeah.
One time I had this scammer. She says she's legit, wants to hook up, all this, blah, blah, blah. So found out she had 2 Facebook accounts, one of which she's flirting with other guys on.
And the other one is?
And the other one's the one she lets me know about.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what he means. You gotta be careful.
If any Filipino asks for money, walk away. Yeah.
I mean, if they're asking for money super fast, I would definitely get the hell out of there. Julian says, follow your heart, take your brain with you. Amen.
I like that quote. It works both ways equally. A lot of Filipinos are gullible to the Westerners' intentions. That also has to be mentioned. Yes, it goes both ways too. Like we have met a lot of, Filipinas over the years, and even when was it? 3 days ago, I was talking to one who was asking me for advice, And it goes both ways because it's it's such a serious thing, you know, for Filipinas. Things that our Filipinas are sensitive about is like when a man brings prenuptial, or when a man says, "Oh, I don't like gold diggers, but she is not a gold digger." And then when she brings up saying, you know, "I want you to meet my family," and the guy's like, "Nope, I don't want to meet your family." It's like, what do you mean by that? Because you're scared of the scams. Not everybody are scammers in the Philippines. Like,
Yeah, I
so
mean, I would say that, yeah, it goes both ways. If this isn't a good fit, this guy's not a good fit, move on.
and it's for me like, if I've had good relationship with my parents, I would have done the same thing, which is to have my parents meet my husband before we get married, because for me blessings is a very important thing. So if the person says, "No, I don't want your family, people that I love," or say, "Oh no, I don't want to meet Purple Shadow," if I requested for it, for me that's an insult. I'm dumping that guy immediately. Like, that is just like, because that tells me as a woman, that tells me that the person is not serious. So that's what our conversation was with a Filipina that I talked to, and it really goes both ways.
Ray Ray says the Philippines is full of Captain Save-A-Hos.
It's full of
Captain Save-A-Hos. It's a slang that means a guy who sees a lady who's wrecked and then comes and saves her. Julian says, I've actually met her and her family already. Great.
Oh, that's great.
Next step, see if you can live with her for some time to see what's really going on.
Many Filipina are OFW, overseas foreign workers. Yes, there's
True.
many.
Very true.
In my wife is an OFW in the UAE. I live here.
I live here with her now.
Oh, that's
great.
nice.
That's awesome. Awesome. Good job, man. You're on your way.
COP is Colombian pesos. Oh, that's what it means.
Julian says, I've known her for over a year and she has never asked for money. She works in Singapore right now and I video chat her once a day, if not more. Yeah, Julian, I would definitely go over there and try to live with her if it's possible, if at all possible. Go to Singapore, try to live with her for like a few weeks to see what the status is, you know. And man, good luck to you guys. I really hope you
good
guys
luck,
have
Julian.
Find something good for both of you. Dan says, are you still thinking about moving there? I'm not sure who he's talking about.
Who, Dan? My ex-fiance's brother is OFW in Pakistan.
Whoa. No comment.
My ex-fiance's brother. Okay. All the woman I'm interested asked is that I not cheat. The woman I mean.
Markel says, I'm out, guys. I'm going to try to do a live tonight until next time. We'll see you there, Markel.
We'll see you there, Markel, in your live.
You guys check out Markel TV. Right now he's walking through the streets of Colombia.
Oh, I want to see that.
Yeah, you definitely want to go check his channel out. The dude is in Colombia. He's telling. The thing about Markel's take is it's very raw, very real. And so he's doing some big things there. Ray Ray says, it's not uncommon for women over there to be married. They hustle their expat for money and give to their husbands. Yep, we've heard of that too.
I mean, it happened, guys, but it's not like everybody's like that, you know.
Yep, it definitely happens though. The first time I heard about it, I was shocked.
Same here. My wife and I are opposites as well, but you know, opposites do attract in some cases.
Especially if you can talk, you know. Jay Barnes in the house. How you doing,
Hi, Jay Barnes.
How's Maria doing? JLB in the place to be says similar values and goals is fundamental to a successful relationship. See plenty of old foreigners with much younger Filipinos in the Philippines, and they don't talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
You notice that, guys?
Yeah.
I was shocked when I'm seeing that more and more, like more old. The last time I went back home, and the girl won't even hold the hand of the old expat.
Yeah, that's pretty suspicious.
That's messed up.
I'd be out. I'd be
You
out
know,
like a scout.
I mean, if you're gonna be with somebody old, you know, might as well go all in.
Yep.
And
I'd
be
out.
proud of your partner.
Dan says, you guys are my favorite couple, Yuri and Bruce, Wayne, and Super Tube Man. I don't know who Super YouTube Man is.
Wayne the Super YouTube.
Wayne TGE. I've got to check that guy out. Julian Argon says, my plan is when she comes back from Singapore is to live with her in her hometown for a month, if not more. Yeah, it's a great plan. Great idea. LOL the cat. Oh, you heard that. Julian says, get a short-term apartment rental. Yes. All right. Well, I hope that next week, if we talk about romance scams again, we can have somebody call in. I'm really hoping for a call in, guys. If you guys are interested in a call in, please let me know, and we'll set it up in advance so we can work out all the kinks of what you'll do is you'll call in, make sure it works, and then we'll go live from there. You'll tell your story. Then maybe we'll have somebody else come in so that we can actually spread the news and just help people to protect themselves, you know, to not have this happen to them, not get scammed. Find a real one, right? I mean, we're not suggesting people don't go to the Philippines or don't go to Colombia or don't go to Dominican Republic or wherever you're trying to go. All we're saying is take your time. Find a good one. Don't settle for less. You deserve better, right? That's all we're saying.
Anyway, check out Philippines Oz Fun with JLB. He's got a YouTube channel, and subscribe. And also Arthur Carlson. What was the name of his channel again? Artco Drone Solutions.
Yep, definitely check out.
I'm Game, Yuri, and Bruce. Yeah, we need to set it up, guys.
Yes, so Arthur's volunteered to do a live with us next week. All right, so we're going to keep you on our tab. Thank you. Special thanks goes out to Instigator. Thanks, man. Thanks so much. Mike T. Man, thank you, sir. Markel TV, go check him out. One of our favorite expats out there.
And thank you to all our moderators, Instigator, BK.
Who else?
Mike T. Man.
Mike T. Man.
Jay Barnes. Where are they?
We're looking for him right now. Lena's World, who appeared for like
Mr.
World
Wide. He's not Lena's World anymore, baby.
Instigator, thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining our live
next week.